No, 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 no. The most important thing to know in Russian is how to order vodka. Извините, vodka.
Ah, there it goes. I was on mute. Hold up. Stop. Let's get this hood music out of my system real quick. Yeah, I'm just downloading right now. It's gonna be a few minutes. I'm also working on our armor server slowly. Is the server like basically ready? Underpaid. Yeah, what the fuck looking at other mods for then?
So I'm trying to find a better fucking camo.
For what faction?
For the US.
Well, you have fun with that. What the fuck else can I do in the meantime? We can watch Summit play Tarkov. Ooh wee. How entertaining. I fucking hate Tarkov. I hate Tarkov and I hate Counter-Strike. They're terrible to watch. Hockey clips on YouTube? What? Western Hockey League? Yeah. That my team plays in. I remember watching this clip earlier. This is great. Let's peep this right quick.
Rolled into Ohio on the second of a back-to-back. We saw Ovi, who had as many goals as Tristan Jarry in the last month coming into this one. That's a real stat. Finally break his goal streak. We saw Elvis with a couple of phenomenal stops, and we also saw him completely lose his mind on Tom Wilson. And we also saw him completely lose his mind on Tom Wilson. Is it just me, or are the goalies unhinged this year? I don't know what it is, but I am all for it. But anyway, it was a fun one tonight, so let's get into it. Now, right off the hop, Elvis Marzlikins seemed to have some temper tonight, as here, after making the stop, he gives Phillips the look.
Why are you so pissy?
And despite some good chances on both sides, really, but especially for the Jackets, they would end up with a penalty after Jaracek gets called for interference, which puts the Caps on the power play. Where Carlson to Ovi, he shoots and they score, but it's not Ovechkin, as Mantha got a piece of this one in front to open the scoring. So Ovi's drought continues, which gets us over to the second, where these two would go back and forth. Ovi hitting the post to keep the streak alive, but no dice, and so instead the Jackets Benstrom from Gaudreau and they square it up.
Nice shot.
With his third, which was then followed by the Capitals. As Carlson down to Protas and tic-tac-toe, it's Mantha scoring his second of the night to regain the lead.
Nice
now,
shot off.
Chinakhov did get a great chance late here on Lindgren, which didn't go in, but over in the third, Goodbranson along the boards gets it to, guess who? Chinakhov with his ninth to tie it up with some great work from Goodbranson here. And yeah, they knot it up again. And despite a wild end of period rally, the Jackets had bodies going everywhere, but they just couldn't get it to go, and so this one went to overtime, where again things got spicy. 2-on-1, Wilson in with Faravari, goes to the backhand and he's shut down by Merzlikins, but Wilson in the back of the net and Merzlikins nudges him, goes to grab his stick from under him. Wilson gives him a shove back and all hell breaks loose. Elvis would just go completely nuts. Wilson finally gets back to his feet and returns the favor, ripping off his mask, as Elvis was hot. The officials did break it up, and Wilson was licking his wounds, but this was just a crazy sequence. Faravari with Jaracek in a headlock, just good old hockey. Now, what was funny to me here on the replay, it was actually Merzlikins who pushes Wilson back into the net and then gets mad at him for being on his stick. And Wilson immediately grabbed his face after, which obviously there was going to be some penalty minutes handed out. Sure enough, Merzlikins got the sole 2-minute minor for roughing, which now put the Caps on the power play. Now, he was back to good spirits to start the kill, but you remember who broke their streak, right? Strome across to Ovi, he shoots and rips it home. This time it is his, as he scores his first in 15, and look at the celly. How much better does it get? In OT to take the dub in back-to-back games in overtime, by the way, as they're now 17-9-4 on the year. And just quickly, check out this incredible picture of the Caps all giving Elvis hell. Again, how good is hockey? Now, after the game, Elvis had no regrets.
He got what he deserved. I don't care. Like, I was just trying to get my stick. I got punched. Well, enough. I'm gonna defend myself.
But that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I will see you in the next.
If you live in Oregon, you could
Oh
lower your
boy. Got them regional ads on there.
I told you at this point in the game that the Predators would lose this game in regulation. Would you believe me? Well, today, as the Stars came into Nashville, we learned that the hockey gods are undoubtedly real. See, late in the first period, the Stars would shoot. There's a rebound and a frenzy as Johnston shoots, and it stopped, but it wasn't by Saros. In a tremendous effort from the captain, Yossi, he gets behind his goalie and flashes the leather, so to speak, to come up with a huge glove stop to keep it out. Only problem is he caught it in the crease and then chucked it back out. This folks, is a penalty, and Pete DeBoer knew it. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, what an effort, but it is a penalty. In fact, it's a penalty shot, or at least it should be. See, this game happened on the 23rd, but the night before, in Winnipeg, we saw the same thing. After a Velarde shot save, he chips it up into the crease, and Wotherspoon
Got
there,
called.
he grabs the puck and tosses
Hey,
it
thank you for
out
the follow.
in very similar fashion. And
CPN.
he got called for closing his hand on the puck in the crease.
I'm currently
Very
downloading right
similar
now.
play, but the difference is it resulted
It's
in
taking
a
its
penalty
time.
shot as it should have in Nashville. But if
Shouldn't
the
be too
refs
much
aren't gonna
longer.
do it, the hockey gods are. The script
So
was
I'm
written,
catching up right
and
now.
this one wasn't over. Now
Hockey's
again, this
the
happened
only
late in the
sport
first, so while the period would
besides
come to an
football
end without any
right now.
goals as we head into the second, it was the Predators in early. McDonough fires one and they score, as this one appeared to trickle in, but taking a closer look, it's actually McCarron with a greasy one here as he gets the credit
Athletic.
to break the ice just 23 seconds
What?
into the frame.
People are
7 minutes
talking to
later,
you.
Sagan in the Predators' end,
Oh,
and he gets
shit,
called for tripping as the Preds would go to the power play, and they got
Dude,
the
I'm
win
on
quick.
mute now.
Great
I'm unmuted.
passing, Sissons
Hello?
rebound, and he scores
up?
to
Hello.
double up their lead as it's O'Reilly down to Nyquist.
What are you saying to me?
So people were talking to you.
I was
What?
asking what you're downloading.
Oh, I'm downloading Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What I thought.
Finds the
I'd rather be
bumper
playing
and
Parasite
boom.
Eve.
Sissons with his 11th to make it 2-0. And while the Stars had some chances, even going right to the horn, they just couldn't get one to go as Saros played well, and so that then gets us over to an insane third and final frame. 8 minutes in, hints to Dodonov, pass blocked, gets it back, and Dodonov with his 8th makes it just a 1-goal game as
Nice
the Stars
shot.
finally cracked Saros, and we had
Where
ourselves
the fuck
a
did that
game.
puck even come
That
from?
said, though, time was not on
chipped
their
it over
side,
his
and with
leg.
less than 3 to go, Forsberg breaks loose, comes all the way down, shoots, and it's off the iron as he beats Wedgwood but rings it off the post. Hockey gods, anyone? I don't know. But while the Preds did a good job at killing time for a while, eventually the Stars pushing. Nashville can't get it, and they score. With just 13 seconds remaining, Craig Smith in front, and with his 3rd of the year, he squared it up to push it to overtime.
13
right? Well, I'm
seconds
not the
goal
only
to
one that
win.
thought so.
And we're headed to overtime, it appears.
Hold the press. The Preds again couldn't get it out. Fall apart defensively as the puck is loose in the slot. Hakanpää shoots and scores with just 2 seconds on the clock. He gets
Oh,
his
shit.
first of the year, and can you believe it? All the Preds had to do was hold on for literally seconds. They could have gotten it out more than once, but they just couldn't do it, and so the Stars, robbing the Preds, take the 2 points, which gets us back to this play earlier in the game. This should have been a penalty shot, and had it been, this game might have played out very differently. You don't mess with the hockey gods. And so the Stars come back to take this one 3-2 in unbelievable fashion in Nashville. What a game and what a day of hockey. But that's it for this one. I want to wish a very Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank
That's
you
fucked
guys so
up.
much for
When your hotel room is your bedroom, and your living room, and your dining room.
Shut up,
So this
ads.
is not one of my normal videos, but this is too good not to share. You guys may remember last season, I made a video on Avalanche play-by-play announcer Mark Mosier getting caught on the hot mic talking smack about seagulls, of all things, during a break.
Seagull, oh my god. Ah, dirty bastard. They don't live in a nest, they have web feet.
There's a whole thing of him getting a McMuffin stolen in Vancouver, and yeah, it was hilarious. And I'll leave that for you if you're interested. But this season, we got another gem from the Avs crew. Now, while this happened about a month ago, the clip hadn't been released until today, as earlier today, on Altitude's radio show, they had Rycroft call in and talk about it.
I've seen this video. I've had it in my arsenal for quite some time in my chamber, and I haven't shot it out there, obviously.
Well, thank God nothing has grown on my lip, on my face.
If you've got some of my DNA in you, then I think that makes you a stronger person, bro.
We need to release the video.
After which, Rycroft tweeted to release the tapes. And there was some great content in the radio portion of this, which I'll get to, but let's first get to the clip. So here they are. In their press box, Rycroft casually takes a swig of coffee and realizes it's from the wrong cup. The cup was actually Mosier's chew cup, which is downright disgusting, but also kind of funny. He takes a swig, realizes what just happened, and immediately does a few rinse outs. And my God, I get nauseous just thinking about this. All the while, Mosier, chill as a cucumber, keeps up with the play-by-play. Rycroft can't believe it, and you lip readers can see what he says here. But maybe the best part of it all is Mosier taking back his cup like, ew, you just sipped from my cup. Just gonna wipe those germs off, as if Rycroft didn't literally just take a full swig of Mosier's spit and chew. But overall, I gotta say it's impressive, the professionalism here. Me a toothbrush. Now, so, here you go.
It was mid-play, so I'm not looking at the cups, right? I thought I had a cup of coffee itself by himself. And then I just grabbed water bottles and started swigging and spitting. It's the grossest thing I've ever been a part of my whole.
This one, as I found it hilarious, but
Hey, we do some weird way it brought us closer together, but there's an addition to this story. So the next day on the plane, Moj has a spit cup on his seat, and he sits down in the seat beside me on the plane, and the spit juice comes out and lands on the leg of my pants.
Come on!
He goes, right, I'm sorry. I'm never doing this again.
He will never, ever be subjected to that
I
again.
just got over
And
here.
so there you go.
Tell that fucking.
I came from up the hill past the burning helicopter.
Go
That was
back
gross.
over the paddy fields.
What the fuck?
Full-time professional women's hockey league in North America. It's replacing the PHF, the Premier Hockey Federation. And as admittedly an outsider, this feels like the most legit.
Behold my jackrabbits, 100% all white meat grilled or crispy chicken.
Get out of here.
That's sustainable in the future. There's the corporate backing. There's what feels like just a really high degree of involvement.
This guy's got a lot of
And I think part of that's also due to the pay. The average salary is $55 grand. And just generally, it seems like there's a lot more fan interest than there has been in the past. And I really think that women's hockey did need a clean slate in a new professional league. That being said, early on, there was definitely some concerns, and I think it was largely due to the sort of short time frames. They had to get this league up and running in basically 6 months. It's PWHL, Boston, Minnesota, Montreal, New York, buying ticketing videos on the side that hockey fans are really interested in. For one, if you win, you get 3. If it goes to overtime, the winning team gets 2, the losing team gets 1. Obviously, that's meant to encourage teams from turtling. The other interesting rule addition is the penalty kill. If you manage to get a shorthanded goal, your team's penalty expires, which I think is really interesting and could lead to more aggressive penalty killing. I was actually kind of wondering whether this would cause teams to be a bit more conservative on the power play, but to be honest, the threat of getting scored on is already more than losing the power play anyway. I just think it's a neat little bit of excitement. Anyway, as for the game itself, as I mentioned, I was very, very impressed by the level of play, especially the physicality. I'm used to women's hockey having no hitting and just the occasional contact. They really emphasized that this was going to be a physical game. All the former players talked about how this is sort of what women have been fighting for. And honestly, it was great to see there were a few hits that I even expected would have been called in the men's game that weren't called here. My one complaint would probably be, I would like just a bit more personality overall. Have some fun with it. Right now, it's presented very much like an international hockey event, which is professional, but it's just not quite as fun as the experiment. As a Rangers fan, I think I'll be cheering for New York in the PWHL, and they look phenomenal this game. Ella Shelton had the first goal in PWHL history, and Corrine Schroeder was an absolute brick wall. I thought Toronto looked pretty good as well, but New York honestly had it locked down. But so it was small, have been strong, so I would have liked them to get in a bit of a larger arena. YouTube fully online though. Like, some teams I saw were supporting their women's counterparts, like the Maple Leafs put out a few posts. The Rangers, I was kind of disappointed, didn't do anything. The NHL made one post. I get it, they had their Winter Classic today, sort of their own thing, but it would have been a nice opportunity to debut.